Hey, what's happening, gamers? This is John, host of Video Games in the World, and this is Super Castlevania 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the water caves, all the way up to the upriver, and then the submerged city. Now, the music of this stage is my favorite. First, to start that spooky water cavern theme, and then comes that depressing sounding theme, which sounds pretty cool. And then, oh my god, I love that sexy jazzy tune from the Submerged City. It's like something out of a 1970s jazz music or something like that. The piano, the sax, the flute. Oh my goodness, I love it! Gotta love Castlevania music, folks. Oh, double-headed dragons, they just love being everywhere in this game. Okay, here we go. Oh, and there's the axe. Alright. Now you can actually get some more points. With all that money. Dracula must be very rich. Okay. Holy water. No need for use right now. Okay, so in the last video I said something about the second season, that I hope those awesome cool creatures from the game, from the video games appear, you know, in the second season of the Castlevania anime. Yeah, we all know the references to the video games in the Castlevania anime if you've seen it. For example, number 1, Dracula disappearing into a pillar of fire, which is seen in most Castlevania games. Monsters coming out at night, that's a reference to Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Let's see. The clock tower, because in Castlevania has too many clock towers. I love this theme, so awesome. Also, Alucard's black jacket, like in Symphony of the Night, and the fight against Cyclops, in which Trevor rescues Sifa Belnades, which is a reference to Castlevania 3. Trevor Belmont with his cape on like in the games. A scar in which is seen in Curse of in which you see him in Curse of Darkness with that scar. The Belmonts being excommunicated because people are afraid of their powers and abilities to fight Dracula. I mean, if Castlevania had various other seasons, and they would talk about the adventures of Christopher Belmont, Simon Belmont, you know. Okay, here we go. Oh! My bad. I went a little too fast. I better be careful. Well, luckily there is no live-action Castlevania movie. I mean, I talked about the live-action Castlevania in season 1 of my web series, Video Games and the World, and Castlevania having a live-action movie. Well, so Sylvain White could have done it better because he's a fan of the games. But I don't think Paul W.S. Anderson would have done it right in a certain way. Because, of course, here's my thoughts on how Paul W.S. Anderson would have made a Castlevania film. The story would take place in a distant future. He will have his wife, Mila Jovovich, play some stupid Belmont who is not even in the games. None of the cool creatures would be in the games. None of the cool creatures from the games will be in the movies. Only skeletons with guns. There will be tons of explosions and shooting and all that Matrix-style kung fu action. You know what I'm saying? And Mila will fight Dracula in a room full of guns. Yeah, that's kind of like my perspective on how Paul W.S. Anderson will make a Castlevania movie. You know, Paul W.S. Anderson, the one who made all these live-action Resident Evil movies. The first two were good, but the rest sucked. Big time. And I just love this jazzy theme, and I hate the mermen. Oh, fudge. Man, if only Simon could swim, bro. Trying to pull a King Leonidas on me? Freak. There you go. Oh, again. Better watch out for that eye. Pain in the ass. And it comes back from Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. And there's that dragon head. And it just gave me a whip upgrade. How considerate. You know, I actually liked how in the anime Cypher Belnades had a Spanish accent, because of course her last name Belnades sounds very Spanish. And the cool thing is that Alejandra Reynoso is the one who plays Cypher Belnades. That's cool. And Tony Amendola plays her grandfather. Tony Amendola. Seen him in a lot of stuff like Dexter, the Zorro movies. He's a pretty good actor. Okay, here we go. Should have used that, but whatever. Oh, but I still destroyed that skeleton anyway. Oh, and I forgot one reference to the games, like hanging from one of the hooks. Trevor Belmont does that in the anime. I gotta give Eddie Shankar credit for doing such an amazing job for an anime that is loosely based on Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I still remember Alpha Omega Sin's reaction when it was announced that a Castlevania anime was being made. But you know, I sincerely hope that the anime wakes up Konami and make it realize the error of its ways so they can go back to making video games instead of putting their famous titles in pachinko slots. One big ass mistake, Konami. Okay, so here's the boss. And it's two Hydra heads, and no, they're not gonna come from the bottom of the water this time. And the cool thing is you can hit them both at the same time, or kill them at the same time if you like, but when half of their health is depleted, or very low there, one of them falls down and there's one left. Come on. Yes! Alright, now it's time to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Until the next video, this is John, host of Video Games in the World. Later!